Psalm 29. The voice of God in a great storm. A Psalm of David. Ascribe to the Lord, O heavenly beings. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory of his name. Worship the Lord in holy array. The voice of the Lord is upon the waters. The God of glory thunders. The Lord, upon many waters. The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty. The voice of the Lord breaks the cedars. The Lord breaks the cedars of Lebanon. He makes Lebanon to skip like a calf, and Syrian like a young wild ox. The voice of the Lord flashes forth flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. The voice of the Lord makes the oaks to whirl, and strips the forests bare. And in his temple all cry, Glory! The Lord sits enthroned over the flood. The Lord sits enthroned as King forever. May the Lord give strength to his people. May the Lord bless his people with peace. Psalm 30. Thanksgiving for recovery from grave illness. A Psalm of David. A song at the dedication of the temple. I will extol thee, O Lord, for thou hast drawn me up, and hast not let my foes rejoice over me. O Lord my God, I cried to thee for help, and thou hast healed me. O Lord, thou hast brought up my soul from Sheol, restored me to life from among those gone down to the pit. Sing praises to the Lord, O you his saints, and give thanks to his holy name. For his anger is but for a moment, and his favor is for a lifetime. Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes with the morning. As for me, I said in my prosperity, I shall never be moved. By thy favor, O Lord, thou hadst established me as a strong mountain. Thou didst hide thy face. I was dismayed. To thee, O Lord, I cried, and to the Lord I made supplication. What profit is there in my death? If I go down to the pit? Will the dust praise thee? Will it tell of thy faithfulness? Hear, O Lord, and be gracious to me. O Lord, be thou my helper. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. Thou hast loosed my sackcloth, and girded me with gladness, that my soul may praise thee and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks to thee forever. Psalm 31. Prayer and praise for deliverance from enemies. To the choir master. A Psalm of David. In thee, O Lord, do I seek refuge. Let me never be put to shame. In thy righteousness deliver me. Incline thy ear to me. Rescue me speedily. Be thou a rock of refuge for me, a strong fortress to save me. Yet, thou art my rock and my fortress. For thy name's sake lead me and guide me. Take me out of the net which is hidden for me. For thou art my refuge. Into thy hand I commit my spirit. Thou hast redeemed me, O Lord, faithful God. Thou hatest those who pay regard to vain idols. But I trust in the Lord. I will rejoice and be glad for thy steadfast love. Because thou hast seen my affliction. Thou hast taken heed of my adversities, and hast not delivered me into the hand of the enemy. Thou hast set my feet in a broad place. Be gracious to me, O Lord, for I am in distress. My eye is wasted from grief. My soul and my body also. For my life is spent with sorrow, and my years with sighing. My strength fails because of my misery, and my bones waste away. I am the scorn of all my adversaries, a horror to my neighbors, an object of dread to my acquaintances. Those who see me in the street flee from me. I have passed out of mind like one who is dead. I have become like a broken vessel. Yet, I hear the whispering of many. Terror on every side. As they scheme together against me. As they plot to take my life. But I trust in thee, O Lord. I say, thou art my God. My times are in thy hand. Deliver me from the hand of my enemies and persecutors. Let thy face shine on thy servant. Save me in thy steadfast love. Let me not be put to shame, O Lord. For I call on thee. Let the wicked be put to shame. Let them go dumbfounded to Sheol. Let the lying lips be dumb, which speak insolently against the righteous, in pride and contempt. O how abundant is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for those who fear thee, and wrought for those who take refuge in thee. In the sight of the sons of men, in the covert of thy presence thou hidest them. From the plots of men, thou holdest them safe under thy shelter. From the strife of tongues. Blessed be the Lord, for he has wondrously shown his steadfast love to me. When I was beset as in a besieged city, I had said in my alarm, I am driven far from thy sight. But thou didst hear my supplications, when I cried to thee for help. Love the Lord, all you his saints. The Lord preserves the faithful, but abundantly requites him who acts haughtily. Be strong, and let your heart take courage, all you who wait for the Lord. Psalm 32. The joy of forgiveness. A Psalm of David. A Maskil. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man to whom the Lord imputes no iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no deceit. When I declared not my sin, my body wasted away, through my groaning all day long. For day and night thy hand was heavy upon me. My strength was dried up as by the heat of summer. Selah. I acknowledged my sin to thee, and I did not hide my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord. Then thou didst forgive the guilt of my sin. Selah. Therefore let every one who is godly offer prayer to thee. At a time of distress, in the rush of great waters, they shall not reach him. Thou art a hiding place for me. Thou preservest me from trouble. Thou dost encompass me with deliverance. Selah. I will instruct you and teach you the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. Be not like a horse or a mule, without understanding, which must be curbed with bit and bridle, else it will not keep with you. Many are the pangs of the wicked, but steadfast love surrounds him who trusts in the Lord. Be glad in the Lord, and rejoice, O righteous, and shout for joy, all you upright in heart. Psalm 33. The greatness and goodness of God. Rejoice in the Lord, O you righteous. Praise befits the upright. Praise the Lord with the lyre. Make melody to him with the harp of 10 strings. Sing to him a new song. Play skillfully on the strings, with loud shouts. For the word of the Lord is upright, and all his work is done in faithfulness. He loves righteousness and justice. The earth is full of the steadfast love of the Lord. By the word of the Lord the heavens were made, and all their host by the breath of his mouth. He gathered the waters of the sea as in a bottle. He put the deeps in storehouses. Let all the earth fear the Lord. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. For he spoke, and it came to be. He commanded, and it stood forth. The Lord brings the counsel of the nations to naught. He frustrates the plans of the peoples. The counsel of the Lord stands forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people whom he has chosen as his heritage. The Lord looks down from heaven. He sees all the sons of men. From where he sits enthroned he looks forth on all the inhabitants of the earth. He who fashions the hearts of them all, and observes all their deeds. A king is not saved by his great army. A warrior is not delivered by his great strength. The war horse is a vain hope for victory, and by its great might it cannot save. Behold, the eye of the Lord is on those who fear him, on those who hope in his steadfast love, that he may deliver their soul from death, and keep them alive in famine. Our soul waits for the Lord. He is our help and shield. Yet, our heart is glad in him, because we trust in his holy name. Let thy steadfast love, O Lord, be upon us, even as we hope in thee. Psalm 34. Praise for deliverance from trouble. A Psalm of David, when he feigned madness before Abimelech, so that he drove him out, and he went away. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul makes its boast in the Lord. Let the afflicted hear and be glad. O magnify the Lord with me. And let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord, and he answered me, and delivered me from all my fears. Look to him, and be radiant. So your faces shall never be ashamed. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and delivers them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Happy is the man who takes refuge in him. O fear the Lord, you his saints. For those who fear him have no want. The young lions suffer want and hunger. But those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. Come, O sons, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord. What man is there who desires life, and covets many days, that he may enjoy good? Keep your tongue from evil, and your lips from speaking deceit. Depart from evil, and do good. Seek peace, and pursue it. The eyes of the Lord are toward the righteous, and his ears toward their cry. The face of the Lord is against evildoers, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. When the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears, and delivers them out of all their troubles. The Lord is near to the broken-hearted, and saves the crushed in spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. He keeps all his bones. Not one of them is broken. Evil shall slay the wicked, and those who hate the righteous will be condemned. The Lord redeems the life of his servants. None of those who take refuge in him will be condemned. Psalm 35. Prayer for deliverance from enemies. A Psalm of David. Contend, O Lord, with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler, and rise for my help. Draw the spear and javelin against my pursuers. Say to my soul, I am your deliverance. Let them be put to shame and dishonor, who seek after my life. Let them be turned back and confounded, who devise evil against me. Let them be like chaff before the wind, with the angel of the Lord driving them on. Let their way be dark and slippery, with the angel of the Lord pursuing them. For without cause they hid their net for me. Without cause they dug a pit for my life. Let ruin come upon them unawares, and let the net which they hid ensnare them. Let them fall therein to ruin. Then my soul shall rejoice in the Lord, exulting in his deliverance. All my bones shall say, O Lord, who is like thee? Thou who deliverest the weak from him who is too strong for him, the weak and needy from him who despoils him. Malicious witnesses rise up. They ask me of things that I know not. They requite me evil for good. My soul is forlorn. But I, when they were sick, I wore sackcloth. I afflicted myself with fasting. I prayed with head bowed on my bosom, as though I grieved for my friend or my brother. I went about as one who laments his mother, bowed down and in mourning. But at my stumbling they gathered in glee. They gathered together against me. Cripples whom I knew not slandered me without ceasing. They impiously mocked more and more, gnashing at me with their teeth. How long, O Lord, wilt thou look on? Rescue me from their ravages, my life from the lions. Then I will thank thee in the great congregation. In the mighty throng I will praise thee. Let not those rejoice over me, who are wrongfully my foes. And let not those wink the eye, who hate me without cause. For they do not speak peace, but against those who are quiet in the land. They conceive words of deceit. They open wide their mouths against me. They say, Aha, aha! Our eyes have seen it. Thou hast seen, O Lord, be not silent. O Lord, be not far from me. Bestir thyself, and awake for my right. For my cause, my God and my Lord. Vindicate me, O Lord, my God, according to thy righteousness. And let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say to themselves, Aha, we have our heart's desire. Let them not say, we have swallowed him up. Let them be put to shame and confusion altogether. Who rejoice at my calamity. Let them be clothed with shame and dishonor. Who magnify themselves against me. Let those who desire my vindication shout for joy and be glad. And say evermore, Great is the Lord, who delights in the welfare of his servant. Then my tongue shall tell of thy righteousness, and of thy praise all the day long.